acquaintance.
No.
Right? Do you know Jesus? Oh, yeah, I know him. And what you're really saying as a Christian is, yeah, I've met him. Yeah, I'm saved. Yeah, I met him. Right? I didn't ask if you met him. I asked, do you know him?
Yes.
You can be saved and not know Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Do you know that?
Yes.
I'm talking about building a personal relationship. And you can only do that by talking to somebody. Right?
Amen.
You can only do that by reading or listening to what they want you to listen to.
Amen.
Right? What happens? You get married? Do you know your spouse? You're acquainted at that point. But anybody who's been married for over 10 or 15 years know when you first get married, you really don't know each other. Right? You don't really start to know each other until you've been married about 15 years. Then you really start to get to know each other. Right? But it takes time. It takes an effort on both people. God's extending it to you and He's saying, hey, I want to get to know you. I want sweet fellowship with you. I want divine fellowship with you. And every time we turn our back and say, you know what, I'm busy. I'm cumbered about many things over here. Got lots of stuff going on. Right? Jesus Christ looks at the same Christian in the church and He says, yeah, but you know what? They spent an hour with me yesterday. They did what was needful. You running off to work and you're late, don't have time to spend with me. That's not needful. Not spiritually. So what do we have here? If we lose our focus, we lose our divine fellowship. Look at Hebrews chapter 12. I know we were in Hebrews already. Look at Hebrews chapter 12. Look at verse number 2. We lose our divine fellowship with Jesus Christ. It says in verse number 2, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. So many Christians live our lives like we're the author and finisher of our faith. Don't we? He's the author and finisher of our faith. Who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God. What does it say in verse number 3? Consider him.
Amen.
Just stop right there. Remember I told you before about considering? Consider him. Do you have those underlined in your Bible, those words? Consider him? If not, why don't you underline those two words right now? Next time you read that, I'll remind you, consider him. What are you considering? All the things going on in your life, this, that, the other thing. Yeah, everybody's life is hectic. We're all running around like chickens with our head cut off. We're all mentally ill and disturbed. We learned that last week. Okay? Yes, so what? What's new? You're busy, I'm busy. Good for you. Okay? Join the club. Get in line. It starts way back there. But when's the last time you considered him? Not your problems, not your spouse, not yourself. You got it? When's the last time you considered him? What happens when we do that? For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds. Man, does that not fit in with what we were just talking about? Consider him, or what? You be faint and weary in your mind. You want to protect your mind? You better focus on Jesus Christ and consider him. Get your focus off of everybody else. Get your focus off of your problems, you poor little victim. Okay? Get your focus off of yourself and how good you are. Start to realize that you're depraved just like the rest of us. If you don't, then what's the cost? You grow weary and faint in your minds. You're going to fall out of the race. You're going to lose it. Nobody can sustain the pressure of living the Christian life. Nobody. Right? That's why I said it before, and I'll say it again. The only good Christian is a dead Christian. Right? A Christian who's learned to die to himself. Once you get that mastered, then you got nothing to worry about. See? Then you're living off the strength of Jesus Christ, not your own strength. Amen?
Amen.
Consider Him. Consider Him. That endured such contradiction of sinners against Himself, lest He be wearied and faint in your minds. I want you to take your hands and put them in your lap just for a moment. I want you to bow your heads. I want you to spend just a little bit of time with the Lord right now. Are you considering Him? Or are you like Martha, who's looking at her sister, looking at her problems, looking at herself, and with me, I'm serving. I'm in here. Look at everything I'm doing. Well, I'm a pretty good, I'm serving the Lord. I'm good. I'm doing good in here. Look at my sister, though. She's being lazy. She's out there. Look at the problems that I have in my life. This is exactly what Martha was doing. Amen?
Amen.
Every head bowed and every eye closed. What are you considering in your life right now? Very simple message this morning. What are you considering? What are you thinking about? What are you focused on?